Let's do some news. My name is Mike B, aka Fony. Today's date is May 7th, 2021. The time is 3:33 p.m. So much news! There's so much news! Chat is joining me today. Special guest. Thank you so much for being here. Glad you can bring you guys back on the show. Everybody loved you last time we were here. Got Doge in the chat. Got Doge in my wallet too. 71 cents. Who knows what's going to do over the weekend? Elon Musk's going to be on SNL. It's going to be hilarious. Either going to go up or it's going to crash miserably because everyone's going to cash out thinking this is the last time anything good is going to happen to Doge. I think it's going to go up. But also I'm expecting it to go down because I don't want to jinx it. Okay? So hope you guys are having a good start to your weekend. I have a very packed weekend. I got a barbecue at a friend's house. I got a Mother's Day something all the way out in the middle of the desert. 2 days of stuff. I was fine for a whole year. Can't go out and do anything this weekend because of the virus. Well, that's a shame. A damn shame. But now, Brian, I'm just kidding, dude. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Appreciate it. It's gonna be a good time. Jen's making her dip, so you know it's gonna be good. Well, next weekend is also going to be busy, but for a different reason, for inside reasons, specifically of the Mass Effect kind. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is launching next week, Friday. And it is going to be streamed by yours truly. Unless this rumor is true. What we're finding out, what we're hearing from Red Eye Monster, who does work for CodeCarnage. Red Eye Monster is also a community member here, so I was hoping he would be here, just kind of like discuss it a little bit. But apparently, I'll go to his specific thread here. It says here that did they also reveal that all the music from Mass Effect 1 and 2 is now being claimed by Warner Brothers on YouTube due to the movie rights being sold? That music will be DMCA potential on live streams and 100% claimed on YouTube. That's a bad thing. It's now in the movie music soundtrack risk list. Live streamers, all need to know the risks. I had to mute all of CodeCarnage's Mass Effect 2 playlist already due to Warner still working on Mass Effect 1. It's that bad. So, this is bad, right? Like, this really is, if this actually is true, ultimately, then this is bad. To test this, I've uploaded two gameplay videos that I recorded this morning. One of them was basically the entire intro to Mass Effect 2, character creation. So you get the menu, you get character creation music, you get the intro music, you get all that cinematic bullshit with all that music in there. And then I recorded the entire credits, which is just one big long fucking song. And I uploaded that. Nothing happened. No flags, no content ID, no nothing. So then I was like, let's push it a little bit. I took the entire soundtrack and put it in a single video. And now it's chilling on YouTube. And it is, let me see, I'll pop this open here for you. It's just the whole thing, just black screen. That's all. 1 hour and 16 minutes of it. If that turns out to be a problem in terms of getting flagged, I'll update you guys. Like, I'll update on Twitter. I'll leave a comment in the YouTube video so that we'll know for sure. How this affects people playing the game, you're not going to play without music. Mass Effect, come on, man. Part of Mass Effect is the music. You wouldn't mute the music in Doom. Like, this is that level. Like, this music and the game, like, this, they're one. You can't have one without the other. Good to know this copyright system is working for the betterment of everything creative. Exactly. Copyright is a shit show right now. Absolutely. So we'll see. Like, I cannot independently verify that this is true. And I know that Red Eye Monster would just make this shit up, right? They should put music on a separate audio source, allow you to set audio out. It's so stupid. They should just, like, not. They should just not. Just not, and, you know, just let us play the fucking games. You know, if we get a DMCA, or not DMCA, you get a content ID match and it says you can dispute this, we should be able to dispute it and not have to worry about a strike coming against our channel because we're playing a fucking game. Mass Effect is like the only game I don't just dumpster down to 20% for the music. Yeah, just to trash the music. It's like, the music's fine, everything, but we're gonna lower it, play my own stuff. Appreciate you're giving the benefit of the doubt that the game will even be playable on the first day. You know what? There's been some worries that because we have not seen a lot of gameplay footage. We really haven't. Outside of some of the first, you know, like cutscene stuff, like side by side or whatever, we have not really seen a lot of actual gameplay footage from Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So that is kind of, you know, if there was any other game that was launching like a week from now, like it's a week from today, and we didn't see any gameplay footage, like that would be a huge red flag. That would be a pretty big red flag. I would say, are they going to improve gameplay in Mass Effect 1? Yes, they're going to be improving gameplay. Mass Effect 1 is going to be the one that's going to have the most overhauls, really. But we'll see what that means. This is like, man, I feel like I've said this so many times. This is the last straw for EA. This is the last straw for EA, and then that's it. I'm over it. I'm done. Yeah, well, this time I mean it. This time I mean it. Gameplay is going to be more standard between the three games for the devs. Yes. Red flag. Like not letting movie reviews out till the movie launches. Yes. Yeah. Like that. Like that. Exactly. Jeez. You're concerned about the polish of it. I'm very wait and see on it. Yes. You know, it's funny. Firing up. I saw when I was playing the whole intro, right? All the in-game, like rendered, like, you know, not rendered, but the you know, in-game engine cinematics that you get in Mass Effect 2. Jen comes over and I was telling her what I was doing. I was like, I have to record this so I can upload it and test to see if it's actually gonna get flagged or not. And she was looking at it, she's like, wow, this is a really pretty game. Like, this game looks really good. And I was like, that's funny because this game was 10 years old and there's a remaster coming out. There's a remaster coming out in a week, you know? So it's like, and I was watching, I was like, yeah, the game still looks pretty good, you know? Like, it's not terrible, you know? Like, if you look at the old game, it's really not that bad. So if they just, like, update the textures and shit so that people with 4K monitors and 100 billion hertz screens, like, can jerk off to Miranda's butt if it even makes an appearance in any of the games, then great! Then that's awesome! But if it just looks a little bit better, then I'm gonna have no excuse just to play the game again. So, only the first one looks somewhat bad in my opinion. Yeah, and it doesn't even look terrible. It doesn't even look terrible. The ME series is one of the few that I can run near max on my old toaster. Mass Effect 2 can hold up now. Mass Effect 1 shows the time for sure. Yeah, nerfing the booty. I know. God damn it, they gotta give us something, man. I gotta give something. Miranda's so fine. I'd say Warner is one of the worst in the industry of this kind of stuff. They have done lots of crap like this. Intrusive DRM, patenting game mechanics, just straight on striking channels out of the blue. And they're teaming up with EA. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Speaking of teaming up, remember last week we discussed this a little bit, talking about Roku and YouTube TV not agreeing on some certain contract details and sending out emails to everybody, all of their users, saying, we're trying to work with these folks, but they're just being a little difficult. So please tell them that you want to keep YouTube TV active on Roku and whatever. So remember that? We talked about that last week. Well, a small update from YouTube TV. They have opted to, not at all related to this at all. Not at all. They're going to go ahead, well, it's an update for Roku users, sure. But it says, today we're introducing a feature that gives you a new way to access YouTube TV from the YouTube app. This update will be available to YouTube TV members on Roku over the next few days and will expand to as many devices as we can over time. So now, in case YouTube TV disappears from the Roku market, guess what? It's going to be in your YouTube app now. So in order for Roku to get rid of YouTube TV, they're going to have to get rid of the YouTube app. Oh, man. So they're going to use Roku for YouTube. Well, what's great about this is that it's going to be on everything, right? So like on our Apple TV, we have YouTube TV and we have YouTube, right? It would be nice to just have one. Just have one. You know, they're two different services, but they're not that different. They could make it work, you know, just the two together, just switch. I love that they're doing this though. This is going to elicit reaction 100%. Roku's going to do something. But here's the thing. Roku is kind of like, they don't have Google power, right? They don't have Alphabet power. There's no way they're going to be able to sit here and strong arm YouTube into doing anything it wants. They should just take the deal. They should just take the deal, man. Just get bought out by Google already. I know, huh? That's the next step. Well, we decided just to buy them. We weren't really feeling it, so there you go. Do any of you guys actually have a Roku? It's a pretty popular system to use for accessing digital media, TV, and all that stuff. Initially, it was really good for Plex. You bought a Roku just for Plex, and that was it. So yeah, it's but I don't know how popular it is today. I know that most apps are built into your TV now. Yeah, built into your TV, your TCL TV. Okay, so that's a good. Wait. Is Roku, the Roku app is built into, like, Roku system is built into your TCL TV? Because didn't we just learn the other day that TCL is like one of the biggest TV distributors, like one of the biggest, like, well, because that's different, right? Because if it is built into TCL, then that means they have an install base of like 1 billion. So Roku is still most popular physical devices, but Fire Stick and Chrome have bigger share of integrated systems. There you go. Is Chromecast hardware still a thing? Dude, the new Chromecast is really good. We got one for free because we were subbed to YouTube TV, and we put it out in the camper. And when we went camping last time, it was raining one day, so we had to spend the whole day just basically inside watching TV, which is actually really, really relaxing. And it was actually better than our Apple TV. So I kind of want to move it into the house and just use it on the main TV for a bit because it was so good. The problem is that I use AirPlay a lot, so can't watch TikTok on TV on the big screen. Can't watch vertical TikTok on the horizontal big screen without AirPlay. Dang it. Time to buy a TCL as well. There you go. Sharp is all Roku as well. Yeah, so they have, I mean, this is going to elicit reaction. This is such a slap in the face, right? It's like, oh, fine. If you're going to get rid of this, we're going to put this in here. Like a bunch of little kids. Just get the Chromecast app, problem solved. Ooh. I could do that. Speaking of a bunch of little kids, Let's Chat last week. I'll talk about Destiny fans. I got a little bit of shit in the YouTube comments for talking shit about Destiny. I didn't realize that there are people who watch my stuff that are also fans of Destiny. I'm sorry I said those things, but I meant everything. I meant it all. I meant every fucking word I said. Fuck that guy. It's okay. You can still hang out. It's fine. We don't have the same friends. I don't like some of my wife's friends. It's fine. Now we get to premium topics. That's right. So says thanks to everyone that tuned in to the first episode of Let's Chat, hosted by DJ Wheat last week. We talked extensively about it because it wasn't a good look overall. Even though I agreed with some of what Wheat said, it was definitely not well presented. And some of the comments on Twitter definitely did not go over very well. Well, it's been indefinitely postponed. We've heard your feedback, and we're going to hit pause on the next stream while we make some changes for Let's Chat going forward. Stay tuned for the updates on future episodes. Thanks, by the way, Ludacris, for hooking me up with this. I appreciate that. I actually missed it. That's right. My boy Luda hooked me up. Destiny stands me and says, who would have thought? If only I were a sexually repressed, hateful young man, I could be Destiny fan as well. aka a new host, because DJ Wheat's like, fuck this. I'm sure Wheat doesn't want anything to do with it, but who knows, right? Like, who knows? Maybe. But I thought, after what happened last week, I was like, surely they could go an entire week without fucking something up. And Twitch is just like, nah, son. It's Friday. We got something for you. Time for new hype train emote drop. Catch these fuzzy, furry, and feathery creatures when you support creators and keep their hype trains on track. One of these things is not like the other. Can you guess which one it is? Which one stands out to you guys? At a glance, which one stands out to you guys as being not quite in line with everything else we're seeing here? I'll take a drink. The parrot? That's my first thought too. That thing we kill with fire. Fucking spider. And the bird. And the bird. This is such a weird collection of emotes because mainly it doesn't include Sunday. I don't know how they did this. They skipped over my girl. The best one. Look at these bullshit ass emotionless faces. Look at this. There's nothing there. There's nothing here. Look at it. What is this? Cat. Oh, it's the cat. Just making no face. Nothing. Look at this cat. Oh, I was fucking sleeping, bitch. There's no emotion here. I get nothing from these guys. Some of these dogs, they're just dog faces. Just making dog faces. Except for this one. This is pretty good. As a bonus one. Damn, that's a good one. Some of it's like, they're just terrible. They could do, look at this. Is just a picture. There's a stock photo of a dog. But it's like, oh yeah, it's a pretty picture of a dog. Let's put that in there. But the spider seems to be the one that's rubbing a lot of folks the wrong way. And listen, as somebody who does not have a spider phobia, y'all need to stop being bitches, all right? Stop being a bunch of bitches. It's not gonna come out. It's not gonna come out and bite you, okay? Stop being a big old bitch, all right? Just a fucking picture of a spider. Now, as somebody who's sensitive to other people's needs, maybe adding the spider was a bad, what the God. Maybe one of the most common phobias. Maybe they probably could have just skirted that one. Maybe they probably could have skirted that one a little bit. You're sending me a camel spider? I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite of somebody with arachnophobia. Like I actually like spiders, right? Like I won't go out of my way to like hold one or try to make a pet out of one or whatever. But if a spider is set up, for example, growing up in the desert, because I gotta mention where I grew up at least once a fucking day, apparently. There are black widows everywhere, right? When you walk into your house, you know the little archway, you get in your house, every house is like, you walk like 3 feet of wall on both sides, whatever. They're usually lined the bottoms and the tops, right? The corner there. And it's just black widows. Never kill a single one. No fucking way. Because they're doing me a service. They're doing me a fucking service, man. Right? Why would I do that? I have a spider that lives. It's my spider bro. I assume it's the same one, even though it's been far too long for it to be. But it lives in my passenger side mirror on my truck. Every time I go, and sometimes I'll wipe off the webbing. It's right back there the next day, and it's like, oh, spider bro. You know what he's doing? He's keeping bugs away from my truck. So when I go sit in my truck, there's no bugs near it. They can't get in. But if they could, they'd have to talk to my guy. My passenger side view mirror guy, right? So for me, I love him. Keep him around. My wife does not agree with me on this at all. We're definitely like this on the spider subject. Gnat fly Roombas. What? So I'm not scared of spiders. Father was an exterminator in Florida, so I've seen some gnarly bugs up close and personally. Yeah, spiders will bite you the second they get a chance. I've been bitten while laying in bed, and I don't even get. Oh, you didn't even get this. Oh, you didn't even get it. Bouncer boars. Oh man, little jumping spiders are so cute. They're the best. And they jump someone, you're like, ah. So I love it. The comments are really upset. It's like, excuse me, but can you tell me the name of the spider emote so I can instantly ban it on my channel? Okay, thanks, bye. Hype creep, by the way. Lots of people are, yeah, you could search term to block. So you could block it if you need to. Lots of people are really upset about the spider. Lots of people really upset about the spider. Out of all the insects, out of all the pet insects on Earth, oh, sorry, why on earth would you add a spider knowing that arachnophobia is a common fear? Twitch, how far up inside your behind is your head since you can't pay attention to your community for seconds? How can you continually mess up this bad, even on simple stuff? And part of me is like, shut up, bitch. But I also understand that I don't have this phobia, so I can't speak like that. But at the same time, she's right. Or he. Right. Totally correct. How can you continuously mess up this bad on even simple stuff? It's the simplest thing. Oh my god. So the thread is just full. It's full of it, right? Like, people are really upset about the spiders. I'm actually curious. Like, do you guys think? Do you think that they're gonna remove the spider? There's a lot of outrage, man. Like, the thread doesn't stop. Like, it's just no. Who thought of spider? It was spiders. It's spider 9 times. And this what is it? Did we load them all yet? No, we did not. Here we go. Zoom. All right. And then we'll go to the top because who knows what's here. Ooh, all the way up. Okay. Now we're searching for spider again. Oh, hold on. Well, spider 9. Bullshit. Oh, because they're saying spooter and shit. Spooter's up here probably, what, a couple times? Yeah, just like once. Well, people are afraid of cats. I know. But change all of them to spiders. Yeah, what if people have a fear of cats? Or like really ugly dogs? You know, like, some of these dogs are a bit offensive, honestly, you know? Like, I mean, I'm sure they're cute. I like dogs. But, like, this one is too aggressive looking. Too aggressive. But whatever. The world is filled with poverty and human destruction. A spider emoji on a streaming platform may be like, I don't know. Oh, not a real problem. Not really a problem. I'm afraid of a dog, but it's a picture. I have arachnophobia, like a major panic to see a spider, but I have nothing against the spider emote. I think that I will say that there's fuck chihuahuas. I will say there's definitely some people who have a legit fear of spiders, and even when they see them, it makes them kind of like, ooh, like whatever. But I wouldn't say that. I would say a very small percentage of even those people have a true anxiety attack, like, reaction to seeing a spider. My cousin has this like fear of holes or something about holes that like freaks her out or something like that. And she gets like really uneasy when she sees this. So like, yeah, like, and like, I believe that there are people that have these fears of things, but there's also this like huge group of people that are just looking for attention. Like all those people that say they have OCD. Every single one of them. Oh, but I would, but my OCD. You got to fix that because my OCD. I can't do it. No, we got to. Oh God, my OCD. Bitch, you don't have OCD. People with real OCD have real fucking problems, man. Like, they can't leave the house without locking it 500 times just to make sure they locked it. Okay? Just because something is not aesthetically pleasing to you does not mean that you have OCD. Just like if you see a spider and you're like, does not mean you have arachnophobia. But it's the internet, man. Everyone's got a phobia of some sort. Everyone's got a thing. How about a cockroach emote or a giant centipede? Dude, give me a cockroach emote. Hell yeah. Cockroaches, they deserve our respect. The trilobites of land, hell yeah. Forever. It was just cockroaches and trilobites for the longest time. And then who won? Look who won. But I want to be special. I know. I want to be special. The survivor, the true survivor emote. Exactly. Respect. We're just we're just lucky they're not bigger. Yes. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. We are like, oh God. We are indeed lucky that they're not bigger. Oh my God. Rad roaches. Fucking Christ. Speaking of cockroaches, Riot is flying roaches are the worst. Oh God. Riot is going to be recording voice chat in Valorant to review whenever there's a report. They're going to be listening. Not like Big Brother watching you kind of thing. Okay? It's not like, this is not a privacy thing. This is like, if there's a report, they're probably going to have like a bank set aside so they can actually hear what the person's saying instead of taking the word of the person doing the report, so they can make a call that way. This shit is awesome. This is fucking awesome. And everybody, I see you guys are all on the same page here. Like, I even grabbed a couple clips just so I could like show you guys like how shitty some of these people are, right? And you guys know it's mostly against women, right?
Yo, is that a game move? I have a boner.
Let's play a little bit of this.
Congratulations, your first one.
So, how much would it cost to get a piece of biscuit that you've taken a bite out of?
That was kind of funny. But imagine,
Assuming that's a question for me.
day in and day out.
Gamer girl.
Hey, gamer girl, blah, 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 for your Discord. What else? Nothing else? Okay. I should timestamp some. Hold on, 3 o'clock. Nothing. Oh, that's right. She muted them in this video. She actually muted them, and they were running around like just like friendly firing, but there was no damage, right? And just harassing her because she muted her. She's like, "I'll mute you guys," and they just started harassing her like that. And so it just became this fucking game where they're all throwing the game specifically to harass her. There's tons of examples. Even in this article, actually, there's some examples of some of the bullshit that's mostly women have to deal with. Oh, did they remove it? Here it is. There's a tweet.
You see how I'm top ranking? Like, you find that attractive at all? Like, I don't know. You see how I'm top ranking? Like, you find that attractive at all? Like, I don't know. Looking for Negro.
Are you 16 years old?
Yeah, but I'm like 6'5". I'm like hella buff.
I am like 10 years too old for you then.
I'm actually 23. No, I'm 17. I turn 18 in a year. If you want to, like, add me, I'll hit you up February 2021.
Alright, you can be quiet now.
Shut up, okay, I'll stop carrying you then.
Leave
yeah,
them
shut up.
no escape.
Yeah, because you just play games to carry the girls that you find online.
Thought.
Sure then.
It's cringe as fuck, dude. It's so cringe. So goddamn cringe. I actually asked. Hold on, let me pull it up here while we finish this. I have a friend who. Oh, that's it.
Hey, John Creed.
Okay, babe.
Oh, they're just like K-babe or something like that. Anyways, is this shit really normal? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty normal. I actually asked a friend of mine, Brittany. She plays Valorant. She streams Valorant, and I asked her. I said, question unrelated to shoots. When you play Valorant, are you in voice with the team, or are you with Nick, who's her boyfriend, and he plays as well? If you are in voice with a team, do you find that you are harassed regularly for being a woman? I'm covering some news related to Riot recording voice for when they follow up on reports. And she says, "Hi, yes. So normally I'm in Discord with people like Q in the game with such as Nick, but there is in-game comms, which yes, as soon as I say something, people start talking. Sometimes good, as in like simp type people. Like, how much would you sell a biscuit you took a bite out of? And it also says sometimes, and then there's sometimes bad, and they just troll me, which is annoying. So I try to stay in comms with Nick over Discord, and then he talks to them in game. Isn't that shitty? Isn't that so shitty? She's got to go through her boyfriend to say something in game because she has a voice that's a little too feminine. And this is why I don't play shooters. I'm sure. Yeah, this is it's stupid. Right? It's just fucking. Oh, did I just send it? Oh, I'm accidentally sending a video to her. Add voice modulators to games. Make everybody sound like a robot or something. Yeah. So this is a good thing. This is a huge thing for Riot to be doing. I'm and Riot's pretty good at telling us whenever they do like huge batches of some kind of moderation, whether it's bans from League or whatever. I'm sure that they'll do they'll put out some kind of metrics to show that, okay, we ban X number of people or whatever. Make everyone sound like Darnell. There you go. Is this a thing in shooters? Because shooters have, like, most shooters have in-game voice, then women are exposed because their voice is exposed. Which you always get these fucking acne-ridden, like, fucking nerds, like, just talking shit and dropping, racial slurs, or, calling women thoughts, or like when they get muted, they start shooting. They start like fucking around and throwing the game, so they can't even have a regular game. Like, it really is a thing. It really is a common thing. In League, they're just toxic because they're just toxic. There's no voice or anything. See, the habit of friends of mine on WoW for raiding without fail several times a raid would kick easily 5 to 8 people just because they were harassing the women in the group. It's crazy. Fucking crazy. In-game voice of the characters they play on. See, probably not just the sound, but the words also used. Every game that has open comms, it has this crap. Sea of Thieves gets Sea of Thieves also, yeah. So this is a huge thing. We're probably gonna get some metrics from this soon. Is there in-game voice in League now too? I haven't played that in years. Like almost a decade now, actually. Wow. So this is something that, like I said, we're gonna get some kind of follow-up eventually on what kind of numbers we're looking at here. But this is a huge thing for them. They have the staff to do it. Then fucking do it. This is great. Does current gen not understand filters being behind a screen all day? It's never changed. Like, it's not like we didn't experience this when we were playing, like Halo or something, right? Like, we experienced this early on with voice comms, or like, CSGO, or not CSGO, but like CS. Like, it was just a thing. It's like, once people get behind a microphone or they're not in person, they just say the most outlandish shit. And you're just like, what the fuck? I will tell you this, though. There are a lot of people in the world, but also just like in like the United States, for example. When I was pretty well traveled before going to the service. When I joined the service, I met up with people that were not like folks you would run into at tourism spots and stuff like that, which I was accustomed to. Growing up, we traveled a lot with my grandparents. We'd throw me in a thing and we just drive somewhere. And so you get to experience people for who they are, whether they're from backwoods Tennessee or Kentucky, or they're from Louisiana, Mississippi, they're from Texas, they're from Idaho, they're from California, they're from Georgia, and like there are wildly different perspectives on literally everything and approaches to handling certain situations from all walks of life, from all over just the US alone. And so that was in person. I got to witness, like racism. I got to witness, people's like problem solving skills and how they approach like certain situations and everything. Sometimes with hostility, like kind of like your drunk uncle, drunk kind of approach to things. And as somebody who grew up in like the West Coast, I felt like when in a fairly balanced household, I felt like it's like this is how everybody is. Everybody's pretty chill. And then I joined the service, and it's like, wow, not everybody's chill. This is, when you talk about online, you're now removing another filter. Before it was like, this is just who this person is. They've never talked to anybody else outside of their own little tiny community in their own small town, so they're just being themselves. Now it's like they don't have to pretend to be anybody else. They don't have to pretend to be nice. So they're just dicks. They're just fucking dicks. And they're from everywhere. They're from everywhere. I'm starting to think we're outnumbered by the idiots. We are. We absolutely are. Systematically, it has been designed this way. We are absolutely outnumbered by idiots. And if you're an idiot, it's not entirely your fault, right? Like I said, systematically, man, your schools suck. Public school sucks. You know, your neighborhood sucks. Yeah. The worst behavior I have ever exhibited has been on the internet, and I'm not proud. Oh yeah, that you have ever exhibited? Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, of course. The worst stuff I've ever done has been over the internet. Because yeah, that's where I have no filter. I didn't have to filter until I realized very quickly that you can't just say whatever. What? Humans are dicks? I'm shocked, I tell you, shocked. Yeah, so we will see more from that later. Moving on. I'm a saint. The documentary Idiocracy. Think of the average player that comes to mind, and remember that 49% are worse than that. Exactly. What is she doing back there? What is she doing? Hey, don't eat that. Nah. Plastic. No. Sunday. Ah. No. She's still doing it. What is she doing? Stop it! Stop! I'm gonna blow your asshole. Did you guys hear that last part? All right. Speaking of assholes, Blizzard is down. Blizzard has lost almost 29% of their player base over the last several years. Massively OP actually has done the best coverage of this. Everybody else is actually referring to somebody that's referring to Massively OP. So thank you. You guys killing it with this. They actually have a good breakdown here. So first off, they had the quarterly calls. Right, this was a fiscal year call, so they stepped in and they talked about, you know, all the stuff that's happened in the past year and how they're doing and all that stuff, right? And all the companies are doing this right now, so we got lots of info across the board. But you could see here that so a few years ago they changed the way that they talk about. Remember, they stopped talking about how many subs they have for WoW, right? They stopped with that, and so we just automatically assume that means WoW's dying, right? And remember, every time they release the WoW numbers. Anytime after Lich King, because Wrath was pretty much the best peak, everything after that was just bad. So they changed it to overall company monthly active users. They just say monthly active users. So that way, you know, just a different number that they can kind of tabulate and give to you. And so, sorry, for later. Well, even that number is going down. So you see, they had 38 million monthly active users Q1 2018, and then just steady goes down. Like it's just steady down. BFA launches still going down. Mass layoffs. 32 million, 32, 33. WoW Classic comes out. They gained some there, which is great. Then Blitzchung happened. They lost another million. Then COVID-19 happened, and they gained basically nothing. That to me is wild because Overwatch had tons and tons of free weekends, right? And Overwatch actually gained 10 million users, monthly active users, according to them. And which means if they gained 10 million users, then how does that tabulate into like the monthly active users metric? This is why the monthly active users metric is so convoluted, because it doesn't really make sense. I'll read this right here. It says, we also know that PC Gamer has reported that Overwatch claims to have increased its player base size by 10 million users in 2020, bringing it to 60 million total. But those aren't monthly actives. We have no idea how many of them still play. We have no idea. We have no idea. They're just making numbers up. And Overwatch hasn't put out anything new. That's right. Overwatch hasn't put out nothing new in the past year, but they still have gained 10 million players somehow. I'm not saying they're lying, by the way. I'm not saying they're lying. I'm just saying, like, how does this compute? How does this compute? So we could see the downward spiral here. COVID-19 happens. They're like the only company that didn't manage to cash in on it. Really, Nintendo is the one that cashed in the most. And even despite Shadowlands, they still lost. They're at 27 million now. Overwatch 2 is vaporware as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, right. People didn't even come back for COVID. Well, they had a bunch of time. That's the crazy thing, right? Like, COVID happened, and you would think we're going to have millions of people signing up so they could play. And they didn't. They just didn't. Where did they fucking go? COVID didn't bring them back? There's a problem there. So it says it's worth noting that there was no mention on the call of Bobby Kotick's pay cut at all, suggesting again that the latter was meant simply to preempt any potential investor grumbling. They just didn't want to mention because it was a problem, right? He was making $200 million with like a $200 million bonus. The loss of Kaplan, who was the vice president at Blizzard. We talked about him last week before. He was a vice president at Blizzard, not just a Overwatch director, also went unmentioned. So they didn't mention at all that the VP left. They did mention that other executives left. They didn't mention on the call that Kaplan left, which is so weird. So weird to me. So, you know, things at Blizzard is not. They're not. It's like numbers wise, they need to come up with something because it's not looking good. Not looking good. I mean, real quick before I forget, this is the part you need to pay attention to. Overall, Activision Blizzard and Blizzard revenues are up. So even though the numbers are going down, the money's still good. So this is not, I'm not saying Blizzard's dying. I'm saying that they're losing people. And monthly active users is a very important metric across to anybody who tracks their own monthly user activity. So the fewer people you have means, you know, the potential fewer buyers you have of a new product, and you guys are saying that it's probably Call of Duty. Candy Crush still rocking. At this point, Diablo 4 is going to need to come with a line of coke and a hooker to generate interest. The company's fine. It's the games that suffer. Exactly. Microtransactions. Yeah. People, like, fewer people are playing their games, but they're still doing fine money wise. So they put out a game or something, Call of Duty probably, that's performing really well. In Diablo 4, you know, I mean, I'll probably play Diablo 4. I'm not gonna lie. I have no money going towards Blizzard right now, you know, so I don't really appreciate them as a company, but at the same time, I'm a sucker for fucking games, and I love Diablo, so fuck, we'll see what happens. Blizzard has ever done microtransactions. Nothing's under $20. Yeah, wow, it's true. Partially true. So they have not touched. You have not touched Blizzard since BlizzCon. There you go. I'm playing WoW Classic at the moment right now. My money, only money I really give them these days. So, speaking of money, you guys, we have this whole fiasco going on between Epic Game Store and Apple. Remember the Fortnite video they put out that was a mockery of Apple? So basically, if just to kind of recap, what Epic did was they allowed people to buy Fortnite in-game currency within the app without using Apple's pay service, right? This is a big no-no. Apple reacted by, I think, like just removing the game completely. V-Bucks, thank you. Just removing the game completely. They were like, we're not going to fuck around with this. Psst, see ya. Just let them go. It's a pretty strong reaction. It turned into this whole thing back and forth. They filed a lawsuit the same day because they knew it was going to happen. They knew that if they offered V-Bucks in-app without Apple's system, that they would pull the game. They had the video already ready-made, making a mockery of their 1984 video that Apple put out. They already filed a lawsuit against them because they had it ready to go. They knew it was going to happen. Well, now, and somewhere in the mix, somehow like Sony and all these other things, because Tim Apple willed it. He said, in order for us to go into this, we need to have discovery on all these other companies that had nothing to do with this fight. And so now Apple has all this data from all these companies asking for the revenue. Exactly. Straight up asking for Steam's revenue because they need to know, right? We need all your data. Okay, thanks. So the data, so the first court date happened. There's like a 6-hour audio feed that I've not gone through. I'm kind of just picking apart like little things here and there. Yeah, Valve had a point. They don't compete on mobile. It was phishing, absolutely. And the judges in charge said, sure, because they don't know any better. Pretty much. So, some info that came out of it. Epic expects Game Store to be profitable by 2024. So court documents also reveal details of a $146 million Borderlands exclusivity deal. We talked about Borderlands going exclusive for 6 months. We'll talk about that in a second. So it says that Epic Game Store is not profitable. Epic is profitable, right? But the Game Store is not. This is a thing. Epic, they pay for exclusives constantly, right? That's what they do. We knew that they were losing money. What we didn't know is that the expectation is that their cumulative earnings are projected to be, by 2024, negative $854 million. Negative $854. It's an investment, though. It's a long-term investment that they're making. $146 million for 6 months exclusivity for the PC version of Borderlands 3. Remember that? It was a big deal. It was just like, why? Why would I fuck Epic? All this stuff. It says this included an $80 million minimum guarantee, $15 million marketing commitment, and a $20 million non-recoupable fees, amounting to $115 million just for the game itself. So glad you're bringing us up. They're playing the long game. Yeah. Gotta unseat Steam somehow. Is that worth it? I don't know. I would like for Steam to have some kind of, even though I love Steam, I use Steam all the time, right? I mean, having a contract that says that you can't sell your game for cheaper on any other platforms, which is part of Steam's contract in order to be on the store, like that basically eliminates any competition. Like you can't sell your game for cheaper. So if Epic gets their hands on an exclusive, they can control the price. They can put it out for free. They spent $11 million they spent on free games, just giving them away based on installs. They should do it based off where they play it, because people are just installing it and not doing anything with it. Do you think that Microsoft matching the Epic store percentages is going to have any effect on this? Eventually, everybody wants to get involved on PC and on other platforms. They want to open things up. Apple is a target. Steam is a target. They want to they want to be able to have their own stores, have their own storefronts and all these things. It's going to take a sacrifice like this. I mean, really, it's what it is. They're making a sacrifice for the betterment of PC gaming overall. I know I've shit on Epic for a long time, but I don't believe that any one single company should be able to have exclusive control over everything. Now, what I'll say is that, you know, they pay for a lot of these exclusives, and you know what happens? I don't even know about them until they come out on Steam, because I'm part of the Steam ecosystem. That's not really my problem. You know, that's Epic's problem. They need to find a way to reach somebody like me, because there's millions of people like me who just like Satisfactory. Oh man, it's a new game. Come out on Steam. It's awesome. Oh, that game's been out on Epic for a year. Subnautica. Subnautica, Sub-Zero. Like, what? These games are old as fuck. Some people are like, oh, you just discovered this guy. I've been playing on Epic. It's kind of like when Desura was a thing, which was that indie game, like Steam indie game, you know, competitor. I was gonna say knockoff. That's kind of unfair. They just had nothing but indie games, and occasionally an indie game would make the jump. Project Zomboid started on Desura, and then once early access became a thing, they moved over to Steam. So it's just a thing. Like, you basically graduate out of one and into another. Let me see. Yeah, right. I'll let you begin the Steam. Steam's not perfect, but when it comes to competition between services, all you need to do is look at Netflix, Prime, etc., and see competition is not always good. In those cases, you know, good point. You know, in those cases too, like, they don't even like. My biggest problem with like Netflix, no tangents or anything like that, but my biggest problem with Netflix is that they'll have shows one day and then not have them the next day, and it's like you have to wait for them to show up somewhere else. Like, it's getting to the point where it's easier just to fucking pirate the shit, which I would never do. It's easier just to fucking pirate it. If I want to watch old Martin episodes, fuck it, I'll just fucking just watch it on. I'll just watch it on Plex or something. Cable all over again. Yeah, exactly. And then instead they'll get rid of all this old programming that we want to watch, and they'll instead just make shows that they'll make their own shows that we don't care about. Disney taking all the crap back. Martin. Oh, say a Windows Store reduced their cut by more than half. I heard about that. Yeah, they did. They're like at 18% or something like that, or 12%, something like that right now. There was 30% across the board for most of these companies, but now there's lots of targets here. I do have this, and I'll link it right now in chat so you guys can see it. But this is their actual United States Court District, Northern District of California. This is like right down the street. The exhibit number DX3712. This goes through. This is huge in terms of data. Like, if you want to know how Epic is performing, like, this is massive. Granted, this is 2019, but still, if you look at this, it shows like Subnautica, their first free game, monthly active users, daily active users, boom, they're over 1 million. Batman free. Which Batman? Arkham Asylum or something? So this is Batman free. Shoo, 5 million. But this is great. Like, this is a lot of really interesting. It was like 4 Batman games. Oh, thank you, Serene. That's cool. Lego 100-year trend. Shut up. And here we go. Epic Game Store daily revenue. So it shows that their daily revenue reached 14 million on Borderlands 3 launch. Was it Arkham Knight? Anyways, so it shows what's really interesting here. Actually, let's see if I can find it. If they have it, let me see. Is that I think it's actually detailed in here, which again, huge kudos to Massively OP. Did they put it in here? Let me see. Did I speak too soon? They showed that their revenue. Why can I not see it anywhere? Their revenue for Fortnite. Can you guys guess? Just take a guess. Where do you think Epic gets the most money from? Where Fortnite is installed? It's on iOS. It's on Android. It's on PC. It's on PS4. It's on Xbox. It's on basically every platform. Where do you think they're getting the most money from? Where do you think they're getting the most money from? Some of you guys got it. kids. Some phone, console. Dude, it's the PS4. The PS4. And it's not, I thought it was in this sheet here. The PS4 numbers dwarf the rest of the numbers in terms of revenue. The PS4, the Ouya. Yeah, they're making bank off the PS4. It's crazy how much they're making versus everything else. Yeah, it's wild. Even Rocket League is actually making pretty good money. And again, I think it's also off of PS4, but you know they have cross-platform support and everything, so it's a little more widespread. But which also I think Fortnite does too. But anyway, so because nobody has a PS5. Yeah, there's that too. So this week we've had no Stadia, no Ouya. This week we had an announcement from the Video Game Hall of Fame. We have 4 new inductees into the Video Game Hall of Fame. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, Raw, just briefly. Humble Bundle suing them. I think we kind of talked about that a little bit. Anyway, so 4 games indicted into the Video Game Hall of Fame. We have Microsoft Flight Simulator, StarCraft, Carmen Sandiego, and Animal Crossing. I'm not going back to my story. That's old news now. Raw. Let me take a peek. Valve, this is COD classic lawsuit and trust the developer Valve coordination here dominance. Okay. It's just another lawsuit. We'll fire games development overgrowth. Okay, cool. Sorry, I can't. We got to move on. Blind, you made it. Is that those specific games or those series? I believe it's just these specific games, just like all the other ones here. Like you see, 221. That's this year. There is Bejeweled, Centipede, King's Quest, Minecraft for 2020, Colossal Cave Adventure, Microsoft Solitaire, Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Kart. Like, if you're a person who, like, if you watch any like TV or movie award show, and you're like, I gotta watch all those movies, right? Like Best Picture, I gotta watch all the Best Picture movies or something like that. Like, you know, there are people out there who probably look at this and say, yeah, I gotta play all these games. Like, I mean, I've played there's Doom, Pac-Man, Pong, Super Mario Bros., Tetris, World of Warcraft, boom, 2015, done. Grand Theft Auto 3, Sonic the Hedgehog, Space Invaders, Legend of Zelda, Oregon Trail, Sims, bam, got that one too. Donkey Kong, Halo Combat Evolved, Pokemon Red and Green, Street Fighter 2, have not played Pokemon Red and Green. Final Fantasy 7, John Madden, Football, Space War, Tomb Raider. Which one's Space War? Oh, this? I played a million versions of this. How funny. I don't know what this music is. Hold on. Jeez. Woo. So yeah, there's a few games here that, you know, maybe I could go back and play and check it out. But GMCA. So yeah, kudos to these guys getting in. This is good news for these guys. Mike Morheim actually chimed in about StarCraft. He says, super proud to have been part of the StarCraft development team and honored to see that very special game inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame. The creator and biggest fan of StarCraft right there, Mike Morheim. Why'd you have to leave? No, it's fine. So is there any games, like, what would you guys expect to be indicted into the Hall of Fame like next year? Remember, it could be any game. It could be any game from like any time ever. Anytime. You said we talked about Leisure Suit Larry yesterday. Of course that's gonna be. Of course that belongs in there. E.T. for Atari. I knew I'd get some solid answers out of you guys. Of course, if Leisure Suit Larry Magna Cum Laude isn't there by 2025, I'm gonna burn this shit down. GoldenEye. Yeah, that's a legit one. GoldenEye should absolutely be on this one. 100%. Surprised we're gonna fire Red Leaf made it and not the OG games. Counter-Strike is up there. Counter-Strike? Where's Counter-Strike? Oh, okay. No. I think it's up there. It's that, yeah. Roller Coaster Tycoon, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's up here. I think I saw it. Mortal Kombat right there. Mortal Kombat made it. 2019. Morrowind. You know what? Yeah, there should be a Skyrim or, you know, Elder Scrolls game up here for sure. What makes that site qualify to decide Hall of Fame status? They have a .org. They have a .org in their name. That means that this is the official site. Moving on. Smash should be up there. Yeah, these are good responses. These are good. Diablo or Diablo 2. Now let's not give Blizzard too much. I think one Blizzard, if I had to pick one Blizzard title be up there, I would say, yeah, let's just leave it to just StarCraft is fine with me. Myst changed the industry. Myst is a good one. Age of Empires is a good one too. Damn. They can only do 4 a year though. They can only do 4 a year, apparently. I wonder how they decide what those 4 are though. Seriously. Civ. They have, that's right, they do have World of Warcraft on there. True. We talked a little bit about G4 coming back. Remember? G4. No Olivia Munn. But instead, we're going to get CodeMiko. And they're going to neuter her content to make it palatable to old people all around the world. So we'll see how that really plays out. But CodeMiko has been picked up to be part of the G4 virtual presenter staff. Herrera gonna buy some bots. CodeMiko is obviously says CodeMiko will bring her revolutionary interview experience to G4 and help the network push the boundaries of gaming entertainment. Revolutionary experience. Like this.
Drunk Haggard skin.
All right, there's more skins. There's other skins.
Yeah, this was my nun skin.
Oh, okay. All right, that's nice.
I protect the Lord.
All right, so we got a couple DLC skins available.
Yeah. Are you religious, young man? Would you like to join my church?
I don't.
Would you like to be converted?
This is a video game, babe.
This is a video game.
This is just a video game,
Yeah,
babe.
this is just a video game. Oh, Leah's coming. Don't worry, Leah. I'm just trying to convert him to come to church.
What got me with this clip, what gets me with this clip is that because she's in a mocap suit, you can hear the thigh slap.
Would you like to join my church?
That's my favorite part. So CodeMiko is coming to G4. Her unusual interview style is going to be presented to the whole world, and good for her and Technician. I'm really looking forward to seeing what she does on the channel. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be neutered in some form. Who is the one complaining about her being really loud? I don't know. She's just loud. Dead face, so creepy. the face, you get used to it. You get used to it. Just try not to think of her about like a real person. It was during the interview with someone. Oh, don't worry, Leia. I want CodeMiko interview with Darnell. Oh boy. Oh my God. Well, where we at right now? Dang. And of course, the response is to yell at them, I'm not loud! Exactly. The CodeMiko was a show, but I was thinking of Code Iyoko. CodeMiko is a show. She is a show, absolutely. Speaking of shows, that's an L. Fuck. Shit. The hot tub pandemic has been so trying for so many people. But now the gloves are off and the shirts. Because guess what? The boys are moving in.
спасибо.
Do you want
Смотрите,
tentacle
я
or
дергаюсь
Margot
на
spacey
сиськи,
goes
дергаются
up
по
on this
нереально.
queue?
Смотрите, тупо два монстра. Смотрите, что с нами? Что с нами случилось? Смотрите, мы двигаемся, на сиськи дергаются. Что с нами? Дергуны сиськами. Нихуя себе, что с нами? Не могу остановиться. Останови, быстро, заморозку исполь. Бля, заебал, хватит, блядь, дергаться, заебал.
Can anybody translate? All I see is this.
And action.
Same vibe.
Нихуя себе, что с нами? Не могу остановиться. Останови, быстро, заморозку исполь. Бля, заебал, хватит, блядь, дергаться, заебал.
That's a quality finger snapping.
Если бы не за...
It's true, it was. That was a good snap. Pretty good. So imagine, thank you for the bits, thank you for the sub, thank you to do a little dance now. There you go. Jiggle physics. Honestly, I hope they get 50,000 subs. They have some big tits. They have some big ass biceps, man. Look at these guys. Jesus Christ. Unrealistic body expectations. But they're not the only ones getting on it. We have homeboy here with
Are your feet pruny yet?
who's in his own tub
Chicks.
with socks on.
What we don't know does not matter.
He says, "What we don't know does not matter." Look, I'm not wearing socks. Doesn't matter. Are you allowed to show guns on Twitch? Yeah. Whip out that tan line. Oh boy, let me show y'all. But look at this guy.
Oh, dear.
This is the Rambler.
Let's get that mic out of the way, eh?
Oh my giddy on.
Oh! So beautiful. Thank you. You think I'm cute, Boba? Thank you.
By the way, like he actually did. This guy really went the distance. All right, he didn't just put on an outfit and jump in a tub. He does outfit changes. Look at, he does several outfit changes.
You're already in the pool.
This guy was on it.
Well, oh, Shiro's gifted 10 subs as well.
Oh my God, sausage roll.
Where do I put you? Oh man, hot tub streams just print money. Bloody hell.
Is this sub numbers on his bike? Yeah, man. You never watch? You never watch? Any of these tub streams? Come on, man. Him and Nurse's outfit this morning was one of the top streams of just chatting. Really, was it? His name is the Rambler 146, by the way. And he really went all out. Like he did it. Everyone else was like, like the two roly-poly guys, like they were just standing there, just looking himbo and shit. And then the guy is looking, he got his socks on, but this guy actually went balls deep, man. Good for him. Speaking of balls, my only knowledge of this stuff is from you, Mike. I'm glad to keep you informed. Speaking of balls,
After a long day in a pair of skinny jeans, nothing says happiness like a soothing dunk of the tea bag into a steaming hot cup of chamomile tea. After you've pitched your tent for the night, doesn't it sound delightful to sit back, relax, and dump 2 plump marshmallows into a piping hot cup of cocoa? Not the cocoa type. Perhaps your thing is 2 olives in a fizzing martini. With the testacuzzi, feel free to let the boys go skinny dipping, or perhaps chunky dunking is more your style. This isn't your mother's jacuzzi. Clearly, it's your father's.
this is the testacuzzi. I won't play that video. It is literally a small jacuzzi for your testicles. just speaking of hot tubs, okay, bear with me, all right? It is literally designed for you to drop your nuts in. And no. This is not dumb. Okay, no. Okay, first off, if you think this is a bad idea, there are one of two things happening. You either don't have nuts, or you have nuts, but you've not put them in an actual jacuzzi. All right? Okay? I cannot describe to you just how good it feels to dip your balls in a hot tub. Like an actual churning. I said, my nuts are too small for this. God damn it, Rick. Trying to make a point here. Protein teenagers at 41 degrees Celsius. So what? I'm not making any more kids. I don't care. Y'all got small nuts if you think this is give me a bucket and have some Alka-Seltzer. They're too big for this. The size is just right. I feel like I just electrocute myself. Well, I mean, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful. Not old enough for the sag. Bullshit. When you get in a hot tub, I don't care if you got some baby nuts like Red. You get in a hot tub, that sack is gonna try to evacuate the hell away from your body. All right? How many jets? I'm curious if it's a black edition. Let me see. See, Testacuzzi is a perfect gift for a man that genuinely cares about his testicles. Happiness. One dunk of the boys in this fine testicle hot tub is sure to tickle your fancy and soothe your manliness. Testacuzzi features an ultra soft precast silicone pillow to rest your largest member on a deep reservoir to dunk the tea bag into. Battery powered bubbles and hours of pleasure. So it's got bubbles. It doesn't say how many jets, but it's got bubbles. So there you go. So if you're looking for a place to stick your nuts, get yourself a Testacuzzi. Hashtag ad should be, but it's not. That's it for the show. Thank you so much. A pop-up just came on the website. It says Steven from Louisville, Kentucky just bought a Testacuzzi. That's pretty funny. I could soothe my manliness just fine without some nutter sputters. I'm so confused. Thanks, Mike. 10 out of 10. There we go. Thank everybody for hanging out today. You guys are the best. Chat, thank you again for being here. For me. Appreciate it. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed this episode too. Gurleen in Abbotsford, British Columbia, just picked up one. Hey, a white one. Woo! Sitting in a Testacuzzi. I could be sitting in a Testacuzzi right now. Just like the. All you would hear is the gurgle of my nuts in your mouth.